Hey Mexicans, welcome back to this new video. Where today we're going to be looking at a scenario where all the US states declare independence and the US collapses. So this is going to be a full series, and the reason why is because Kentucky has a civil war. So Western Kentucky rebels from Eastern Kentucky. And Kentucky itself is put under a new government. The leader of this said government, me. And as the new leader, I expand. I get my diplomacy around the U.S. Well, not in every place, but I'm going to form an empire. And the first thing I do is proclaim the Kentucky-Tennessee Union, or the Kentucky-Tennessee Empire. Yeah, the Tennesseans agree. And these invasions are agreed upon. The first thing I do as a leader is invade Virginia, West Virginia. West Virginia because, well, for the sake of invading West Virginia. And Virginia because coastline. You have that, and the peace treaty is the annexation of West Virginia and Virginia into my empire. You have North and South Carolina willingly joining my empire. For now, that's all my plans done. Although I am planning to go colonial soon. Give or take, it'll happen. In other areas, though, over here in the West Coast, there's a huge West Coast war. There's a huge war happening in the United States. Texas versus California. It doesn't confine really to the East Coast, it actually more or less confines over here. In this area. Washington and Oregon join on California's team. Nevada does too, and Utah does with that. Oklahoma joins Texas. New Mexico doesn't, and the Four Corner States ultimately join on California's side. Kansas joins Texas' side. Nebraska joins Texas' side. And North and South Dakota join Texas' side. We also have Idaho joining Texas' side, and these two joining Texas' side. Although there will be one empire outside of this zone that'll be joining. But first Missouri joins that team, which I like Texas and Missouri more than California. No, actually. See, here's the thing. Raymond and Lewis, at this point in the future, have moved to my state. And, well, I joined Texas's side because I have no sympathy for California. Because they moved to my state, so, yeah. This is a future scenario, so there's no telling what would actually happen. So, yeah. At first, the East Coast is able to push out, but due to the strength of my empire, that's not going to happen for long. They push into Idaho, taking a good chunk of the land. Not a little good chunk, but you know. Utah pushes it to Wyoming, and Colorado does too. While ultimately starting a front line in these countries. Yeah, the weaker countries get the front lines. Become a part of the front lines. When we get to Texas, they can't push into Texas. And at this point, all troops have arrived at all quarters. Well, Texas can fend for itself. We also have my empire helping against the weaklings. This is where a little plot twist is revealed. Oregon switches sides. That's not good for Washington. Because that means that they are isolated from the rest of the front lines. Which also means, yeah, that's dead. As for California, there's a little, they just rebel and join our country. That eventually causes the collapse of the Californian regime. Arizona also switches sides because they have no hope in this war. And they make gains in this area. We also have Texas purchasing the panhandle of Oklahoma. And there goes the West Coast countries. Now let's take a look at a peace treaty for the West Coast. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So in this peace treaty, my empire has gained California. Cascadia has been united. All of Texas's former lands are back under their control. While Kansas and Nebraska gain land in eastern Colorado, while Wyoming gains lands in eastern Colorado, western Colorado, and Utah. and Arizona gains lands in Las Vegas and former New Mexico. And this is West Colorado and this is East Colorado. There's a separation between these two. And well, they're probably not going to last as a little bit of influence has popped into these two. Which eventually, along with my already disconnected portion over here in the west coast of California, we also have Colorado, Western Colorado and Eastern Colorado being puppeted. Although give or take, the grip is actually going to last for a while because, yeah, our empire is abnormally strong for some reason. We actually have one more war that's going to happen. It's actually going to be a simple war too. Florida declares war on Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. No, actually. Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Now, while that's happening, they don't really want all of it. No, actually. What happens here? Florida and Louisiana make a union called Louisiana. And they declare war on Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia in order to solidify their land claims. My empire takes the advantage and joins on Florida's team. And this is going to be the last war. Well, my forces have the stronger appeal since I'm an empire. Florida's forces are not too far off from mine. And they take on some land too. I'm the one who captures Atlanta, though, and Birmingham. However, Gulfport will be Florida's. And these areas are collapsed. In this peace treaty, some parts of Georgia are taken, along with some parts of Alabama, but it all ends up connecting to Louisiana. While in my areas, I don't really want that much land. All I really want is a longer coastline, and that's what I take out of Georgia. The rest I just pretty much make my puppets. This is a short peace treaty, so that's why I'm doing it like this. But that ends the first episode of the What If the United States Collapsed series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another episode. Peace out.